Hey there, Captain America fans, this is Wesatron. Today we're going to be taking a look at Hasbro's Captain America the Winter Soldier Black Widow action figure. I've been looking for this thing for weeks and have not been able to find it anywhere. Anytime I do find the series, it's been picked through, and this is the one thing that's always missing. But I did happen to stumble across her the other day in a Meijer where they were actually putting these figures on the shelves for the first time. They hadn't even carried this line, and it was sitting on a cart waiting to be put on there, and I snatched it up. And lucky me, it also ended up being only $15. I guess maybe they haven't updated their pricing yet, but I'm excited to have it. I've been looking for this to complete my Avengers for a while, so thrilled to have it. You can see the box is very similar to the Star Wars Black Series packaging. I don't know if I showed this off with my other Captain America reviews, but it does have a little bit of a lip here at the top that allows it to be hung instead of just having the plastic tabs on the back, and then it has a little bit of a more round kind of look to it. You see it kind of tapers in on the sides and stuff as opposed to being a perfect rectangle. On the back you just get a shot of the figure and then all the cross cells at the bottom and Mandroid. So let's get this guy out of the package, or I'm sorry, this gal out of the package, and we'll see what she's like. So here's Black Widow out of the package, and I gotta say I really do like this action figure. She may not be perfect, but I'm glad that they took their time putting her out, because I don't think they were putting the same level of engineering into their figures back when as they are now. So very, very cool stuff going on here. The gun here actually does not go to Miss Romanov herself, or Romanova, or whatever they call her in the movies. I think it's Romanova. Chill. This big blaster thing here... Okay, you're done. This big blaster actually goes with the Mandroid chest piece, which is kind of like a retooled bit of Ironmonger from the Iron Man 3 series, sorry. So you get all this great articulation here with the Ironmonger body, you know, and the forward and back on the legs and everything. I don't have the arms or the head or anything, so I can't really show you that, but the gun does plug in up here at the shoulder, and it can rotate just a little bit. As long as you don't press it all the way down into place. If you press it all the way down into place, it sort of locks itself in there. Which is kind of cool that you have that option to pull it up a little bit and still get rotation out of it if you so choose. But they did design the handle, I'm saying design because I'm assuming they're this smart, to fit into her hand if you want to. Now, the reason you may want to do that is because unfortunately, Black Widow does not come with her signature pistols. I believe she uses a couple of Glocks in the movies, smaller Glocks. And you can see they're actually here molded into her holsters, which is a huge no-no, guys. You do not mold guns into holsters on action figures. This is so dumb, especially at 6-inch scale. They did the same thing on Winter Soldier, and if you remember, that's one of my beefs with that figure. So that's a bit of a bummer, especially considering she's got all these extra parts. I love that she comes with a complement of extra parts, but it's sad because one of her, or two of her accessories are firing hands. She's got pistol holding hands for left and right, which means at some point they did intend to include Glocks with her, but they didn't. Fortunately, there have been several smaller pistols that have come throughout the Marvel Legends line, especially on the older 2-packs, like the Shield figure, so you might be able to pick something up there. Her other hands are splayed open hands. Those are very easy swaps. You just pop out and then pop in. Very simple. There are only swivels there, so you don't have to worry about breaking the joint or anything. And the head pops off just as easily. Just pop, put on the Winter Soldier head, pop. Very cool. I do really like the Avengers included head. I'll probably end up displaying with this one. I think it looks a little bit more mature, and I liked her best in this movie. But this head does afford a much better range of motion in it. You can see she's got, you know, some nice downward angle there. Look up a little bit. There's some tilt. It's blocked a little bit by the collar, but the hair is pretty soft, so it doesn't bother her too much. Whereas with this head, you get a little bit down and a little bit up, and that's really about it. A little bit tilt left and right, and not even much in the way of looking left and right, just because this hair is so long, and it's very thick plastic, so it doesn't bend very easily. So this hair is much better for action poses and such. But as far as the rest of the articulation, she's pretty solid. We've got swivel hinge shoulders, go all the way around, out to about there. Very nice range on those. Swivel hinge elbows, they get a little bit more than 90 degrees, not by much, but a little bit. And then rotation there as well. As I said, swivels in the wrists. Got a ball jointed midsection, so she gets a little bit, well, actually quite a bit forward. That's more than I thought. It actually, the joint, if you push it a little bit further, goes a little bit further, so that's cool. And then back not too far, but forward you actually do have a pretty good range of motion. You'll kind of hit like the cusp of it, and it feels like it's stuck, but if you push a little bit, a little more pressure, it exposes the back a little bit, the hole where the actual ball joint is, but you get a little bit more range, so that's pretty cool. We've got ball jointed hips. These are Mattel WWE style, so they go out or forward, back a little bit, blocked by the butt pack, but they don't go out to the side as much as I would like. One thing that they did do that was smart is with these holsters, they did not attach the strap, the drop leg strap, to the belt. So you do get full rotation at the top of the thighs without having to worry about that twisting or breaking or anything like that. It's not going to affect the pistols. It may look silly if you've got it out like that, but you know, it's better than having torn parts on your figure, which is great. Double hinge knees, first point goes to 90 degrees, second point goes all the way back, very cool. Unfortunately, no calf swivel, which is, again, just like Winter Soldier, is very dumb because this is a separate piece of plastic. They actually glued this part onto this part, and yet did not think to put a swivel in there. Very, very stupid in my opinion. Why would you waste the glue when you could just heat, pop, and you've got an extra point of articulation, which would let the ankle work better. The ankle is the new Hasbro style, where it goes back, forward, and then rotates in on itself, so that you sort of, hers is kind of at an angle because of her heels, so you sort of get the more of the old style rotation with a little bit of tilt, but if you twist the leg right enough, you know, you can make it look really dumb, but at least she'll stand up straight. This is why it's so important to have a swivel here in the calf. I don't know why they wouldn't do that if they're going to have two separate pieces anyway. It seems really dumb. Now the feet are very small. You can see in comparison to the rest of her, the feet are tiny because of the style of shoe slash boot that she wears. So it may make her a little bit hard to get to stand up, but if you kind of play with the balancing a little bit, it's not too bad. Unfortunately, because of the way that this is all designed, she's got a little bit of a pigeon toe on her right foot. Like the knee, if I line the knee up with the hip perfectly, you can see this is why it's so important to get those swivels in the calf. You can see how much it turns in on it. So if you're just having it her stand straight up, she looks very pigeon-toed. So that is unfortunate. I wish that they could fix that. I'm not sure why they didn't do that. But yeah, as far as articulation goes, she's not bad. The only thing that I'm really missing here is the calf swivel. Other than that, she's perfect. Now that we're zoomed in, we can see the Scarlett Johansson likeness. And it looks very good. I think they did an excellent job capturing her look, especially from certain angles. Like you see a little bit more from the side. She looks really, really good. Excellent job on the hair. It's that orange color, but it's got a little bit of a brown wash in it to give it some nice depth. It looks really, really good. They did the same thing on this head sculpt. I believe the face sculpt is the same with just different hair on it. It looks really good either way. They did a great job with the eye makeup and everything. The lips have kind of a glossy kind of pink on them, so it makes them stand out a little bit. It catches the light. I probably would have preferred something a little more subdued. I don't think she wears a lot of makeup in the movies, but you know, I don't pay attention to that really that much. So, but again, the brown wash on there kind of brings out those details and looks really, really nice. The costume's got the nice shield logos on either side. We've got a buckle here in the middle, which is awesome, that kind of mimics her Black Widow symbol on her classic costume and everything. Some nice texturing here on the midsection. You can see some raised elements, sort of like grating on a metal floor. Maybe some canvas-like stuff over here on the right sleeve, as well as the left. I'm just focusing on the right. Zipper goes all the way up and is painted. Very, very nicely done. The back is pretty plain, not a whole lot going on there. The butt's got a little bit more of that sort of grated-looking texturing, which also continues on the inside of the thigh and down to the calf. And then we've got a nice glossy black to make these boots really stand out and shine, kind of like rider boots, like horse riding boots. And another zipper and buckles up here. The detailing is just outstanding on this figure. They did a really, really good job. She looks fantastic. Her little stingers are individually detailed here and are kind of like a like a really dark gunmetal, but almost with a bluish to it. Maybe a midnight blue, like on a pistol. Very interesting. It doesn't seem to match up with the gray just perfectly. It's a little bit more metallic than that, but very, very cool. They did a really, really nice job with the details and everything. So in terms of value, I've got 2 other figures up here that are running also in the $20 range. Because I did get mine a little cheaper than most people will find theirs. Hopefully you can find this in stores because it is very difficult. But for the $20 price tag, you do get a very well articulated figure. You get alternate heads, you get alternate hands, you get the very large Mandroid piece, and I would have to say you're a little bit lucky that you get the very large Mandroid piece, just because compared to the other figures that they've been releasing lately, she is slightly less value in terms of their top tier characters. Now, Winter Soldier, maybe not as much, but Captain Rogers here comes with, you know, extra hands, his shield, a Build-A-Figure piece, an extra head, and better articulation. Her articulation's a little bit limited in the calves. She doesn't have double-hinged elbows like Spider-Man 2, who also has the swappable hands and Build-A-Figure piece. Now, you may say that maybe these parts are too skinny, they can't do that, but they did that on a 4-inch She-Hulk figure. She has double-hinged elbows, so it's not that they can't do it, it's that they don't want to invest the cash. It could go just back to the fact that they don't think that girl figures sell as well, female figures. It could be just maybe that the engineering they thought might be too flimsy on it. I can't say that for sure, but I'm just saying that they could do it if they wanted to. But for the price, you do still get a lot. Like I said, you do get the Mandroid piece, which is very large. You get the gun that goes with it. You get the extra Johansson Avengers head, which is very cool, and the extra hands. I would have preferred personally, to trade in both of these extra hands for her Glocks. That would have been a lot more character specific for me. I don't know why she needs open hands at all, honestly. I guess maybe for some poses that's pretty cool, except they don't have any hinges in them, so it kind of limits what you can do with an open hand, maybe just running poses, I'm not sure, which again, double hinges in the elbows would help. But overall, still a very nice action figure, pretty comparable to the other figures in the line. She falls somewhere in value in between Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Still a solid buy. I very much recommend it just based on the likeness, the articulation, the detail. Everything is really, really nice on it. I do just wish she came with the Glocks. That's really my biggest complaint. As far as articulation, calves are the only thing that are really hurting, other than the double-hinged elbows, which are kind of back and forth between which character they do nowadays. So anyway, that's it for this review. If you have any questions or comments about this figure, I'd be glad to answer them for you. Anything at all I can help you with, please let me know. Thank you for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers for sticking around. And thanks for all the comments, guys. I really, really appreciate it. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.